Hello, everyone's. I am here for American Horror Story Season 9, Episode 9, the finale. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you're a family member, you're one of my peoples, well, welcome back. So, we start off in 2019. It's a Uber driver or a Lyft driver. He's dropping Bobby off at Camp Redwood. And as he is about to cross the threshold, so I'm like, don't do it, Bobby. Don't do it. Like, just stay off these grounds and you'll be safe. You don't need to pass over through it. But of course, he passed over through it. And I guess the people finally was like, bump this. We're not going to go to Camp Redwood anymore. Like, this is stupid. Like, a lot of stuff is going down there. Nah, bro, we cool. Because the banner that was supposed to be for the festival is still standing there. Just there. Nobody came back to, straighten things up. Just left it like it was. They had sense. Bobby walks up on Montana, who was fascinated by his phone. She's like, what's that? He's like, my phone. That's not a phone. Let me see it. Ooh, it's pictures. Like, she is thoroughly fascinated because, like, they had cell phones and, like, let me see. She died in, like, the early 80s. So they probably had those big old huge ones that could, double as a doorstop. It could use a blunt object. Like, all these things it could be used for. So, like, the Zach Morris phone or probably something bigger than that. So, she is fascinated about, him. But she says people just stop coming and he better leave because there's people here that might want to kill him. He's like, people like you? And I was like, yes, people like her because, she been killing left and right because she's trying to get as many people killed here so the paranormal people will come out, do what they need to do so they can just cross over and not be stuck here. That's what she wants. But he said he's not leaving until he gets some info on Jingles because he is Bobby Jingles. So now, like, he's freaking out because he's standing in front of two people who should be dead. Like, Montana, I've done my research and you're supposed to be dead. Like, unless you 50 years old, like, what's going on, boo? She's like, no, I'm alive. Trevor, he's sitting there like, yeah, I'm alive too. This is us. You die here, you can't leave. She wants to know everything about the 80s. Like, is the 80s the best? What about music? This, that, and the third. He was like, yeah, the 80s is trying to have a comeback, but yada, yada, yada. It's good, but who's the president? What's this, that, and the third? You don't want to, anyways. He said he's been receiving checks and he thought it was from Jingles. And Montana's like, I'm sorry to let you know this, boo-boo. The last time we seen Jingles was 30 years ago when he was getting drugged into the lake, Jason Voorhees style. And I still don't know who did that because I don't think it was Bobby because Bobby didn't drown. Bobby got cut by the propellers of the boat and they took his body out of the water. And I'm assuming that somebody from, the police station, the board, took his body off the grounds. This is what I'm thinking because if that wasn't the case, because the only reason they're stuck there is presuming that what Mr. G was thinking is because his mom was rage, and her blood after she died was trapping people. But, he had died and was fully dead before she did all that. So I don't know who jumped out the lake. Was it somebody from a long time ago that just felt like jumping, like who died? Like, between, like, one of the councils from the 80s died and jumped out? I don't know. But they, we gotta freak him out a little bit. Like, let me shoot myself and let you, Trevor, stab yourself and then pop back up at the door just to have a little fun with him. Like a little initiation. I was like, really? So, how Trevor died was like, he was done with this. He was tired of these people dying because Courtney told him the Kaja Goo died. And I forgot to put this in our last episode how Courtney, the assistant, after he didn't chopped up bodies and was putting them on the bus to drive them off. As soon as he gets done, Kaja Gugu over there just performing, and that was his cue to leave right then and there. But he didn't. He stayed. But Courtney had told him that Kaja Gugu is dead, and I guess all of Margaret's plans. So Trevor was like, you know what, bump this. He went to the edge of the camp, and he was turning people around. Something happened. We can't have a party here. And I'm like, them people, y'all lucky. Because y'all could have been out here getting killed and stuck here forever. You better be thankful for Trevor. So Courtney gets killed because she told Trevor about Kajagoogoo. So now he's stuck there forever. Margaret like goes over there and shoots Trevor in the leg and in multiple places. Like, you're not even on the camp, so you can't stay here forever. So like she walks off, like not even knowing if he's fully dead, just assuming that he's dead. And Montana, she's freaking out, like, no, Trevor, you can do it. Walk this way. Talk this way. Anyways, here come Brooke. She's like, that doesn't look like you're going to make it. She's like, don't touch him. You've already taken somebody I love. But, she being good. She helped Trevor over the threshold. Like, I don't get over that boy here. He all right. And then just walks off. And this changed something in Montana. So then, all the people at the camp, they came together like, we need to stop killing. They became a community. And the only problem was, we got Margaret. We have, not Jingles. We have Margaret. We have Bruce, and we have Richard. We have to get rid of them, but make sure that they're not stuck on these properties. So Bruce, he was chasing one of the counselor women, thinking he's finna get his 8th or 9th kill, but Trevor jumps out the bush and just stabs him and throws him down some kind of embankment, I guess, onto another property, so he can't be stuck there. Richard was lured to the cabin by Montana, acting like she still loves him, and the next thing you know, the group just starts stabbing him to death, and they're like, we know he made a deal with the devil, and he can just get up and moonwalk his way on out of here. So we've been guarding him for the last 30 years, and every time he pops back up, we kill him all over again. And I was like, I know that'll gotta be frustrating at times. Here I go again. Alright, see y'all in a second, and get killed again. I'm back. All right, y'all ready? How y'all gonna do this time? Because they've been thinking of creative ways to like re-kill him. So they've been making sure he's been that Bobby has been saved from Richard all these years. They tell him to leave, but he wants to see Jingles anyways. Like me, one, I wouldn't be there. Let's just get that clear. But as a person who was there, after seeing them kill themselves and come back to life, that is the time to do what? Chuck that place the deuce and be gone about your business. But people, they don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. I was wondering what happened to Birdie, because the last time we seen Birdie, Xavier was giving her a mercy kill. So it's her shift to, be watching after, her and Chet's shift to watch after Richard and make sure as soon as he pops back up to kill him again. But since it's been taking a little bit longer, let's play a game. Like, this is never a good thing to play a game while you're guarding somebody who can come back to life at any moment and kill y'all and run off and go off the ground and start killing more people. But that's what they was doing. They over here making out, and Richard comes back to attack them. They like, Bobby was around, so they're like, Bobby, you better run. Now it's Richard versus Bobby. Then a crew jumps in and Bobby gets free. Montana tells him to go to Red Meadows Asylum, find a medical director to get all the answers you need, because we need to go and kill him some more. And I guess we can't tie him up because will tying him up help? Because it seems like he's coming back in that same spot. So is it possible to no, I guess you can't. Have some knives just sticking up in that one particular spot, so when he does form back up, the knife will already be it'll just shoot into his back, and y'all just gotta stand there to make sure it happens. I don't know. But when Bobby gets to the asylum, the lady there's like, this is not this type of hospital. So he's sitting down, he's all fretted because of all what he done seen. It was a lot going on. So the people in the white coats come out. He's like, I'm not crazy. I was like, that's y'all first thing. This person coming there, and y'all, the first thing I want to do is commit them? Really? But Donna comes out. He says, I'm Jingle's son. And she tells him how his father was innocent when he was put into this facility. And he didn't really commit murders outside of war until he left, because he had all kind of shock therapy. And they basically programmed him to believe that he was a serial killer. And the real culprit is Margaret Booth. He was like, really, Margaret Booth is a serial killer shit? Yeah. She evil like it. Like, didn't you know? Wonder why it was weird that like on 2 different locations she was the sole survivor? Did that not seem odd? Like all the killings in the 70s, she walked away with just her ear missing and everybody gone. In the 80s, everybody got killed and she just had a cut on her leg. Nobody thought that was suspicious. You didn't got away with your life in 2 mass murder situations, and you just have like a cut on your leg and your ear missing. See, I would have been suspicious of that. So it's time to get rid of Margaret. So it was a lot. So stay with me. The group attacked Margaret. Donna fights her. Brooke jumps in. Brooke gets shot and dies. Well, almost dies. The group grabs Margaret and they like, we gonna put you through this wood chipper. She's like, if I die here, I'll be stuck here forever. It's like, yeah, we thought about that. So they chopping her off in little pieces. And like, they was like, your body can survive 30 seconds after your brain is gone. Like, after your head is being decapitated. So they didn't just like, shot her body to the neighboring property. That was their plan. Like, and she's Donna saying how she used to visit, but it was hard for the group to see her get old, and he thanks her for the money, but she's like, I ain't sending you any money. I don't know what you're talking about. It was Brooke. We thought Donna was the last girl, but no, Brooke's still alive. Brooke, she woke up from camp because while everybody was over there, killing Margaret off, Ray went to go find Brooke. Kind of helped her out, got her some alcohol and peroxide and betadine and all that stuff. Helped her to. He didn't want her to die inside the camp. So he took her as far as he could and like, okay, you go ahead and leave. At one point he breathed life into her, but I was like, I don't understand how that happens, but it did. But when she crossed the threshold, he was like, ah. He made some kind of weird noise. I was like, what was that all about? They never really, said too much about that. Okay, where am I at? Okay. The bullet was a through and through shot. She said she passed out and somebody from the camp called the paramedics from the payphone and they got her to the hospital, and when she woke up, she just went on ahead and headed north, and that's where she'd been there from now on. So now I was like, okay, that's good. But Bobby, he wanted to go back to the camp. Now I was happy that Brooke and Donna were the final 2 girls living. I thought it was just gonna be. It's the whole time from the beginning. I knew it was just gonna be Brooke. But then, like when I thought she died at the camp, I was like, "Yay, Donna was the final girl." But I'm okay with these 2 being the final girls. Bobby goes back to the camp. He sees Margaret, who died a few seconds before going into the grinder, so therefore she was stuck on the ground. She just been hiding herself from everybody. And she was just about to kill him when Jingles pops up and kills her. Then she pops back to life like super fast and kills Jingle and chases Bobby away, talking about I am the last girl. And like Grandma Jingles pops up and it's like, you ain't finna hurt my grandbaby. Like bops her real good, kills her. Y'all go ahead and get her up out of here. Alright. Jingles has to this little moment like, I love you, son. I always wanted the best for you and all this stuff. Montana's like, tell your kids about this. Just don't come back here, okay? Yeah, that'd be great. And like the last time we seen Jingles, Grandma Jingles and Bobby's just standing at the first threshold holding hands, looking at Bobby as he walked away. And I was like, I was happy about this ending. I was happy that Bobby himself didn't become a serial killer. And a lot of people was thinking about like, wouldn't he be like, a Satan spawn, but no, he was brought back to life by Satan, so he's technically alive. So I don't know how that works. I know Michael Langdon was, and his daddy was the actual devil, but Bobby's daddy was Jingle. So y'all, that wasn't just. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so in my beautiful face puts up a video, you can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people, and you can become one of my peoples. If you're returning, you a family member, you one of my peoples, well, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.